There are three outcomes that are important in the perspective of NBA accreditation. First one is the course outcome. Second one is the program outcome. Third one is the program specific outcome. So let us see how to get the attainments, calculated attainments of these outcomes from AES. So this is your login screen. Go to academic audit. Select your department. Sorry, before selecting your department, on the left panel, you can see the CO reports, which we went through in the last recording. And today we'll see about this PSO report, program outcome, program specific outcome reports. Just click that, then select the department, BTech, ECE, select. Now, one specific thing about program outcomes is you can calculate the program outcomes only after the full program is completed. Program in the sense, electronics and communication is a program, computer science is a program. So once a batch passes out, you can calculate the program outcomes for that particular batch. Here I am selecting the 19 to 23 batch. That is the batch which passed out last year. And I click that. AES provides me with all these tabs. So the basic attainment calculation is the CO attainment calculation. AES provides it over here. Then you have the correlation mapping between the course outcomes and the program outcomes, and also between the course outcomes and the program specific outcomes. So this mapping is very important. It is based on this mapping that we get the maximum value of attainment, and this also provides the basis for the PO direct assessment and PSO direct assessment calculations. So now we'll see all these tabs one by one. We'll start with CO attainment tab. Let me show you the CO attainment tab. So all of us know how to calculate the CO attainments. So here, the first column shows all the subjects for the program, and the corresponding CO values are entered over here. Okay. So these values are used for calculating the PO attainment. Each of these values will be mapped to the POs according to the level of attainment. Okay. I'll show you the correlation between CO and PO, and also between CO and PSO. That is, these values will be mapped to the corresponding POs wherever they are applicable. So this is a very important sheet in the PO attainment calculation. That is the correlation between the course outcomes and the program outcomes, and also between the course outcomes and the program specific outcomes. So the values that are put in here are the maximum level of correlation. We are following a scale of 3. So if the correlation between CO1 of mathematics in first year and PO1 is 3, it means there is substantial correlation. If you have a 2 here, it means there is moderate correlation, and a 1 indicates slight correlation. So next we'll see how, before going to the next sheet, we'll see the maximum contribution of the COs to a particular PO. So here we are mapping all the values, maximum possible values of COs to the corresponding POs. So if we take the average of the first column, we should get the contribution made by all these subjects towards PO1. So I have taken the average towards the end and put it here. So the average value is 2.55 for PO1. And it is 2.3. That is, what does this mean? This means that the contribution made towards PO1 by all the subjects or the courses taught during the course of the program is 2.55. Similarly, you can see the values for all the other POs and PSOs. So let us just analyze these values. POs 1 to 5. If we have a look at the program outcomes, 1 to 5 are based on academics, whereas 6 to 12, they are based on the interaction with the students, or interaction opportunities that the students get with the outside world. So naturally, this mapping is correct because this mapping refers to only the academic part of the PO mapping, CO-PO mapping. So naturally, POs 1 to 5 have high values, 2.5, 2.3, 2.16, all are above 2. POs 1 to 5 have values above 2. And if you see the values of the other POs, that is 6 to 12. Most of the POs have not crossed 2. Okay. So this is our gap in our attainment values. For example, let us take PO 6. PO 6 is engineer and society. Our contribution towards the qualities that the students get towards this PO is very less. It's only 1.73. Similarly, for environment and sustainability, PO 7 is environment and sustainability. Our contribution is only 1.78. Now, we are ISO certified campus for environment, and throughout the course of the 4 years that a student studies here, we conduct a lot of programs related to environment. So the problem is we don't map these additional activities to our POs. So if all the activities that are conducted towards the environment is mapped over here, and they are given full substantial mapping to PO7, you can see how much the PO value increases. So it is our duty to conduct programs and see that this gap is covered up. All the POs should have values near 3 because we are following a scale of 3. Okay. So after bringing up the values, attainment values to near 3 or 3, only then we should proceed with the next step. Because the target can be set only if the attainable value is maximum. If the attainable value is only 1.73, how will you set the target? The target can be set only below this. Now, the next sheet, we will see the actual attained values for the Department of Electronics and Communication. So the next sheet will be the PO assessment, PO attainment sheet for the direct assessment. So let us see how this sheet is filled up. We should remember the CO attainment sheet and the PO, CO-PO correlation values. So if the attainment of CO1 For mathematics, the first year is 2.4. And if there is substantial correlation between the CO1 and PO1, then we multiply it by 3 by 3. And if the correlation to PO4 is moderate, then we multiply the attained CO value with 2 by 3. And if the correlation is slight, we multiply it with 1 by 3. So here it is 1 by 3. So likewise, the attainment, that is the contribution towards the POs, is done for all the attained CO values. And towards the end of the sheet, we have the calculations for the direct assessment of POs. Direct assessment of POs is taking all the average values here, that is 0.7. Indirect assessment of PO, that is taken from the program exit survey. Just like how we took for course and survey, after 4 years, the students do a program exit survey, and the indirect assessment of PO value is taken from the indirect course program exit survey. Then we have the PO attainment value. So for calculating the attainment, the same procedure is followed like how we calculated for CO. That is 80% of direct assessment plus 20% of indirect assessment. I have done it here. You can see this is the direct assessment value, 0.69 into 0.8 plus 2.79 into 0.2. So that will give you 1.11. So this is the PO attainment value. And I would say that this attainment value is only based on the academics. We have not included any of the co-curricular activities in our PO attainment calculation. And we have set a target based on the low value which we have obtained in the correlation map. So the attainment target was set at 1.62. And what we have achieved is only 1.13. And you can see that in all the cases, the attained value is less than the target that is set. The problem is, we have not set the target out of a scale of 3. We have set the target only for the targets for which we have mapped to the corresponding PUs. So if we include all the activities that are done in the campus towards this PO mapping, then we'll get a target, a higher target, and our achievable target also will be higher. Only thing is, what all we map here should be for all the students of the batch or in a class. Only then we can map it to a particular PU. If it is for a particular group of students, then that will not be a good mapping, because most of the students won't be getting the outcome. Now I would like to show you the sheet for the indirect assessment of the PO, and this is achieved from the program exit survey form. When it was in the beginning of the semester, we put forward some questions for program exit survey. So the students will be answering that, and the count is taken for very strong, average, weak, very weak, and weighted average in a scale of 3 is taken over here. These are the replies of the students. This is in the scale of 5. 5 is very strong, 4 is strong, 3 is average, 2 is weak, 1 is very weak. So the counts are taken and the average is converted to a scale of 3. So these are the indirect calculation values. So with this, we come to the end of this PO attainment calculation. We have gone through all the tabs. So CO attainment calculation form the basis of all these calculations. Then the important thing is the course PSO correlation mapping. And in this, it will be good if we include the extra curricular activities also. And this was one important point pointed out to us during the last MBA visit, that we should include all the activities that are done in our department in the PO-CO mapping, so that we get a full scale for all our POs. Then we have the PO direct assessment calculation, PO attainment calculation. The same rules holds good for PSO attainment calculation, PSO direct assessment calculation. And the final value of attainment is calculated with 80% of the direct value of assessment plus 20% of indirect value of assessment. Indirect value of assessment is obtained from the program exit survey. And that's it. Let us hope to include all the activities that are conducted in our department with the POs, so that we get a high value for PO hereafter. Thank you.